We know what happens to the environment or to world health under totalitarian regimes that don't tell the truth. You can't believe a word they say. They have already made their choice about their strategy. The only choice we have is, do we appease and accommodate that strategy, or do we take action now to prevent conflict?
Do we think that the Chinese are going to take the view, oh, well, Liz Truss, she's just an ex-Prime Minister, she's nobody? They will probably take the view that Liz Truss is there on behalf of His Majesty's government and see that as a serious provocation. And even Sinophobes on the Conservative backbenches, and I'm thinking of Alicia Cairns, the chair of the Foreign Affairs Committee in the House of Commons, saying that this is Instagram diplomacy on the part of Liz Truss, i.e. she's going there to get a nice photo.
So I've read the speech in full now, and I think if you remove what you know about Liz Truss and her penchant for Instagram and her economic failures as our own Prime Minister, and you just look at the speech, actually it is extraordinarily important, and it's hard to disagree with a lot of what she says. And what she does is she actually draws the link between China and Russia. And I think this is at the heart of what she's doing. She says you only need to look at recent statements by a European Chinese diplomat repudiating the independent existence of the Baltic states to see these theatres are inextricably linked. And in a sense, what she's saying is, we took our eye off the ball with Putin. We didn't get there on Crimea in 2014. We are not going to make the same mistake with China and Taiwan. And I know what you're going to say. You're going to say it's not for her to do it.
No, I'm not going to say that.
All I would say is that if she can't do this now, when can she do it? Because she couldn't do it as Foreign Secretary because it wasn't British policy. She couldn't do it as Prime Minister because it would have thrown, all the toys out of the China pram. We get that. And in a funny way, if she now wants to be the Cassandra, which I think she does, saying you've got to wake up to how perilous a situation Taiwan is in right now, why shouldn't she?
My point is not that she shouldn't make a speech about Taiwan and the position it's in and the threats that are being posed by China's increasing militarization. I think that's all absolutely legitimate territory for an ex-Prime Minister to go down. It's going to Taiwan to make the speech that is the controversial bit. That is the bit that is going to provoke China. China broke off all communications with the US after Nancy Pelosi's visit. And my understanding is that when there was the whole episode with the spy balloon that was shot down after it had been over Montana and wherever it had been, there were no lines of communication over between. Now, I'm not suggesting that Britain is anything like as important as the United States of America, but we are members of the Security Council, one of the 5 nations that are permanent members of the Security Council. For Liz Truss, a former Prime Minister, to step foot in Taiwan is massively controversial.
The Newsagents. This is a Global Player original podcast.